Hello, Rangers fans across Scotland and beyond. Today's news is guaranteed to get you buzzing as we head into another thrilling chapter of this transfer window. If you've been keeping an eye on Ibrox, you'll know there's been plenty of chatter, speculation, and excitement, but now we can finally put some facts on the table. Let's dive straight into it, because what's coming will have you smiling from the moment you hear it. Rangers have successfully agreed a loan deal for Scav Olsen, and the 26-year-old Danish winger is set to make his way to Scotland today to complete all medicals and formalities. This move is not just a simple loan. It carries a very important option that could see him become a permanent part of the Gers this summer. Now, it's fair to say that Rangers have had a strong record when it comes to bringing in players on loan, especially in attacking positions like this, over the last few seasons. Names like Vasilov Cherny, Zambian midfielder Malik Tillman, and Sima have all come in on similar deals and proved their worth on the pitch. Unfortunately, previous management structures sometimes couldn't make those moves permanent, often due to financial constraints or timing issues, but under the current regime, Rangers are approaching transfers with a renewed sense of ambition and clarity. And this deal with Scav Olsen is no exception. The club are pushing hard to get it right, ensuring that if the player thrives in the Scottish Premiership, there's a clear pathway for him to stay beyond the initial loan period. Reports from Denmark First broke the news, confirming that all parties have agreed in principle. Scav Olsen is expected to fly to Glasgow today, undergo his medical, and put pen to paper on what looks like a very exciting opportunity for both him and the club. The option to buy is, of course, the key element here. While exact figures have not been publicly confirmed, it's understood that the deal could be structured in a way that makes financial sense for Rangers, potentially well below the 12 million mark previously speculated. Of course, Wolfsburg are unlikely to let him go cheaply, and it's expected that any permanent transfer would represent a significant investment for the club. But when you consider the potential impact of a player of Scav Olsen's caliber, it's a risk worth taking. His performances in previous campaigns, particularly at Club Rouge, were absolutely stunning. And if he can replicate even half of that form, he could become a true game changer in the Scottish top flight. It's already caused waves among rival fans in the city. Social media is buzzing with speculation, excitement, and in some corners, panic. The prospect of Rangers landing Scav Olsen has certainly rattled the other side, with some suggesting desperate moves to try and disrupt the deal. But for those of us at Ibrox, it's a cause for celebration. The deal is effectively done, personal terms are agreed, and the player is on his way. It's a brilliant piece of business from the club, securing a talented winger on loan with the clear potential for a permanent move once he settles into life in Glasgow. It's also a clever move tactically, giving Danny Röhl a new attacking option without committing straight away to a huge financial outlay. Looking at the bigger picture, Rangers have been proactive in identifying areas that need strengthening this season. The addition of Scav Olsen adds pace, creativity, and depth on the wings, complementing the options already at the manager's disposal. And while we celebrate this signing, there are other irons in the fire. The pursuit of Dan Neil is heating up, with the club keen to bring in the 24-year-old from Sunderland. Neil was instrumental in Sunderland's championship-winning campaign last season, providing energy, control, and leadership in midfield. However, since their promotion to the Premier League, his game time has been limited, making a January move increasingly likely. Rangers are aware of the need to act decisively, especially with other clubs showing interest, and securing a player of Neil's experience and ability would be a huge boost for the squad. Rangers midfield has shown flashes of brilliance this season, but also inconsistency, and bringing in someone like Neil could stabilize the engine room. His tactical intelligence, composure under pressure, and experience in winning promotion make him an ideal candidate to provide the structure the team has often lacked, with Nicholas Racing given more freedom to operate higher up the pitch. Having Neil alongside him could bring the balance and discipline needed to dominate matches more consistently. Meanwhile, current midfielders like Mohamed Diamond have shown glimpses of quality, but have struggled to impose themselves week in, week out. Bringing in Neil would not only enhance quality, but also foster healthy competition for places, ensuring the squad continues to push itself. Off the field, there's a palpable sense of optimism around Ibrox. The transfer strategy is clear: bring in players who can immediately impact the first team, while leaving room for long-term development. Scav Olsen fits that vision perfectly, offering both talent and versatility. Neil, if he arrives, would add that crucial balance and leadership in midfield. Complementing the attacking reinforcements already secured, fans are understandably excited. And with these deals progressing, the club are signaling a serious intent to challenge on multiple fronts this season. It's not just about one player or one position. It's about strengthening the squad as a whole and ensuring Rangers can compete at the highest level both domestically and in Europe. The next 24 to 48 hours are set to be critical, with medicals scheduled, negotiations ongoing, and other transfer targets being monitored closely. Supporters should keep their eyes peeled for updates. The club have shown ambition, efficiency, and a clear understanding of the squad's needs if everything falls into place. The additions of Scav Olsen and potentially Neil could transform the dynamic of the team, giving Danny Röhl even more tactical options and depth as the campaign continues. It's an exciting time to be a Rangers supporter, and these moves demonstrate that the club are prepared to invest in quality, ambition, and sustain success, even beyond individual signings. The approach reflects a broader strategy of careful recruitment combined with tactical flexibility. Scav Olsen brings flair, pace, and goal-scoring threat, while Neil would bring composure, leadership, and intelligence in midfield. The combination of these qualities could prove pivotal in the run-in, especially as Rangers aim to consolidate their position in the league and make serious progress in cup competitions. The focus remains clear: strengthen where necessary, target players who can make an immediate impact, and ensure the squad is capable of sustaining performance at the highest level. For fans, this is an exhilarating period. The anticipation of seeing Scav Olsen in a Rangers shirt, alongside potential new rivals like Neil, has created a renewed sense of optimism. Social media is alive with discussion, tactical analysis, and excitement as supporters speculate on how these players will fit into Danny Röhl's system. There's genuine belief that with these reinforcements, the team can address weaknesses, exploit strengths, and push for success across all competitions. Turning our attention now to the ongoing developments at Ibrox. It's clear that Rangers are not resting on their laurels. The Scav Olsen deal is just one piece of a much bigger puzzle, and the club's hierarchy have been moving swiftly behind the scenes to ensure that every potential opportunity in this transfer window is explored, while fans celebrate the arrival of the Danish winger. The focus is already shifting to additional reinforcements who could have a transformative impact on the squad. The pursuit of Dan Neil remains a priority, and sources suggest that Rangers are ready to intensify negotiations in the coming days. With the midfielder's contract at Sunderland set to expire in the summer, time is of the essence. Other clubs across Europe have already made preliminary inquiries, and Rangers are aware that any delay could see a key target slip through their fingers. Acting decisively is crucial if they are to bring in a player of Neil's caliber before rivals seize the chance. Rangers' approach to recruitment this season has been meticulous, blending immediate needs with long-term planning. Bringing in Scav Olsen provides pace, creativity, and a fresh attacking option, while the potential acquisition of Neil would bolster the engine room with experience, composure, and leadership. The 24-year-old has been a central figure in Sunderland's recent successes, and despite limited opportunities in the Premier League, his ability to control games and provide balance is widely recognized. Adding him to the squad would address a recurring issue for Rangers this season: inconsistency in midfield. While players like Nicholas Rassin and Mohamed Diamond have shown flashes of brilliance, the team has often struggled to maintain structure and discipline, particularly in high-pressure encounters. Neil's presence could change that dynamic entirely, giving the manager more tactical flexibility and a stabilizing influence in the middle of the park. The club's strategy is clear: identify players capable of immediate impact, while also ensuring there is potential for long-term growth. Scav Olsen fits that mold perfectly, and Neil would complement the squad in the same way. Both players bring different qualities, but together they would offer a balance that Rangers have sometimes lacked in recent campaigns. While the focus is naturally on incoming transfers, there's also a recognition that squad harmony and tactical cohesion must be maintained. Danny Röhl is likely to welcome the additions as opportunities to enhance the squad without disrupting the core structure of the team. Reinforcements like these allow for rotation, increased competition, and ultimately, a more robust squad capable of challenging across multiple fronts. Looking at the broader picture, Rangers are approaching the January window with a renewed sense of ambition and clarity. The Scav Olsen deal signals intent, showing that the club are willing to invest in talent and create pathways for permanent signings. when the initial loan proves successful. This is a significant shift from previous transfer strategies, where financial limitations and cautious approaches sometimes hindered the club from securing key players long-term. Now, under the current management, there's a clear vision of building a squad capable of competing at the highest level in Scotland and making a strong impression in Europe. The addition of players like Neil and Scav Olsen is not just about short-term gains. It's about reinforcing the squad in a sustainable way, ensuring the team can thrive now and in the seasons to come. Fans are understandably excited by these developments. The prospect of seeing Scav Olsen and potentially Neil in Rangers colours has generated a buzz across social media platforms, fan forums, and among local supporters. There's genuine optimism that the team is moving in the right direction, addressing weaknesses and reinforcing strengths. Discussions are ongoing about tactical setups, potential lineups, and how these new signings will integrate into Danny Röhl's system. Supporters are already imagining the possibilities. Scav Olsen's blistering pace on the wing, combined with Neil's control and composure in midfield, could create a formidable partnership that elevates the team's performance across the pitch, off the field. The club have been working diligently to ensure that negotiations remain smooth and that all elements of the deals are finalized efficiently. Scav Olsen's medical is expected to go ahead without complication, and his arrival in Glasgow is imminent. Meanwhile, Rangers are keeping a close eye on market developments regarding Dan Neil, aware that other clubs are equally keen to secure his services. The importance of swift decision-making cannot be overstated. A proactive approach ensures that Rangers maintain a competitive edge and are able to strengthen the squad before other interested parties move in. Timing in these situations is as crucial as talent, and the club appear to be acutely aware of that fact. Looking ahead, the integration of these new players will be key. Danny Röhl will need to balance the introduction of fresh talent with maintaining existing team chemistry. Scav Olsen's attacking instincts and flair should complement the current forward options, providing additional creativity and goal-scoring potential. Neil, on the other hand, would provide the midfield discipline and tactical awareness that has sometimes been missing, enabling the team to control games more effectively. Together, these signings could provide a new dimension to Rangers' play, allowing the team to impose themselves on opponents more consistently and with greater confidence. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. Whispers are growing loud around Ibrox, and they all seem to circle the same uncomfortable question: is this the beginning of the end for James Tavernier at Rangers? The club captain, a symbol of resilience and consistency for years, suddenly finds himself at the center of a rumor that few supporters ever imagined would surface in this way. According to voices close to the dressing room, Danny Röhl has accepted an internal mandate to reshape the squad with a colder, more pragmatic eye. The German coach, known for his analytical approach and lack of sentimentality, is said to believe that Rangers are entering a new cycle. In that vision, no name, not even the most respected, is considered untouchable. Tavernier's situation has therefore become a topic of quiet debate rather than public discussion, which only fuels speculation. Those familiar with the club's internal dynamics suggest that an offer has been placed on the table and that Röhl did not stand in the way. On the contrary, he is rumored to have given the green light, seeing the potential departure as both a financial opportunity and a symbolic reset. For a player who has carried the armband and embodied leadership during turbulent periods, the idea of leaving through the back door feels almost brutal. Supporters are divided. Some argue that football, at its highest level, demands ruthless decisions and that Tavernier's legacy is already secure. Others fear that letting such a figure go under a cloud of uncertainty could fracture the bond between the club and its identity. Inside the corridors, there is talk that the dressing room has sensed the shift, with younger players aware that hierarchy is being quietly dismantled. Nothing has been confirmed, and officially silence reigns. Yet in football, silence often speaks the loudest. Whether this is merely strategic noise or the prelude to a dramatic farewell, one thing seems clear: the future of James Tavernier at Rangers has never felt so uncertain, and the shadow of change looms heavily over a club legend. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video. Stay tuned.